This video is about DJ live streaming, not about copyright, whether it's right or wrong. No, if you think what it is, then move along. So, roll them titles. So greetings, welcome back to my channel. This is DJ Funky Mike. As you have probably noticed, things have been very quiet of late because there's a bug going round. So no gigs in the future. This is what like in the UK. What's it like for the rest of the world? One can only guess. But anyway, here's a little quick video for you today talking about the changes to do with Facebook's music policy, if there is a change in their music policy, because there's a bit debatable. And you've probably heard all the stories so far. At the minute we're in the middle of September and everyone's rushing around, all the live streaming DJs saying they're all going to get cut off, which is true to a degree. Now, what it actually means is the music policy hasn't changed whatsoever. If you look at their last year's Facebook music policy against this year's music policy, it's exactly the same. But what they are going to do is start enforcing it from the 1st of October, which means if you're live streaming copyrighted music, whether you think it's right or wrong, they're going to cut your stream, they're probably going to cut you off as well, they're going to delete your group, your page, your business page, everything. Because they don't want you on there, because they're going to make more money from artists peddling their music on there from all the record companies, because they don't care about us. I think it's a bad thing myself, because Facebook live DJ streaming has certainly helped a lot of people over this pandemic and the lockdown periods we have. I've helped out a few people with their mental well-being, shall we say. So even if it just helps one person, it's certainly been worth it, and I will continue doing it, but obviously not on Facebook Live. But it stretches slightly further than that, because if you look at your emails from YouTube, if you do YouTubing as well, one slipped in a few weeks ago and exactly the same emails on there that they're changing their policies. I'm still trying to get to grips with it myself, but what it appears to be that every time you get a copyright ID, which isn't a strike, you get so many in a month, you're going to still get in the realms of copyright business and copyright strikes, and you could actually lose your channel that way. So if you've got a particularly large YouTube page, I'd be very, very careful and very wary of it. This also applies to Google as well, because actually Google owns YouTube, and they've been on the news saying that they're going to start being a bit stricter with their copyright policies. And apparently they started from the 16th of September, but they're going to get real tough on the 1st of October as well. But it is not all doom and gloom. You can still use a few tricks as well. Remember that the video, if you haven't seen it, about copyright, how to get over it? The link's up there as well. You can watch that. That plays a bit of music in the background. But I'm not going to lie to you, it's not 100%, and probably of late it has got slightly worse. But you just have to turn it up a little bit to the point of it's almost bleeding across your own music. Of course, the other things you can do is change the key slightly on the music and the tempo as well. That confuse the copyright. And of course, if you're really good at it or really bad at it, mix a bit quicker. But the thing I like most, talking. We like talking. Talk over your music, that helps an absolute treat. Another way of trying to get around a copyright is to use a re-streaming company. There's actually a company called Restream as it happens, but there are a few others as well. And what that does is you stream to them and they send it out to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and a host of other people. And that does actually lessen the copyright hits as well. I've tried it myself and it actually works a treat. If you combine all these little things, they do actually help, and I can still do, at the minute, by the way, we're not in October, we're still in September, I can still do over an hour before I get cut off. And of course, the other thing you'll find that as soon as you put your video up there and it's broadcast, it's very advisable to actually cut it off, because what happens is, and this is on Facebook and YouTube, that it's a bit like a snowball effect. They keep going back and looking at your videos more and more, and from what I can see, the more views you get, the more chance you got at getting it pulled or songs pulled on copyright. So if you've done your stream, are people really going to watch it afterwards? If not, just delete it. That's the easiest way, and that way you're going to avoid less copyright strikes in the future. Give that a try. If you want to know more about the copyright Facebook Live, please click up there and listen to JP, because he explains it in much more detail than I do. He will certainly give you an insight into it, of more kind of sort of the legal side of it. But it's not all doom and gloom, because some companies have been appearing of late. They are 110% legal. So, is this the end of DJ streaming on Facebook and YouTube? No, it's not. In fact, is going to do the opposite thing. It's going to move people over away from Facebook and YouTube to a far better site that is 100% legal. First up is Mixcloud Live. Really, really good. There is a subscription to it, but it's very, very good. However, I used it before and there was a lot of buffering going on, but hopefully they've got that one sorted out. There's also Play TV DJ. Much better. So there are two choices now of who you can actually stream with. The important thing is getting all your listeners and viewers over to them. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to use Play DJ. I've got to do better than that because I've been speaking to them and I've been telling them how wonderful their service is. They are giving me a promo code to give to you so you can try it for free and a bit longer as well. So if you subscribe to this channel, you'll be the first up to see the promo code and you can move your stuff over to Play DJ. And then with all your listeners as well, and there's no blocking, no cutting off or nothing on either of them. Brilliant. If you like this video, please remember to subscribe because it has been a bit quiet recently. This is what's coming up over the next few weeks because I have been making videos. He's a nutter, but you give him something, he may. So until next time, my funky friends, this is DJ Funky Mike, well and truly out, and I shall catch you on the street. Bye bye.